Hey everybody, Eric Brown, MOBO-Media. Hey, I want to just real quickly talk about Stop Six, Texas. Stop Six, Texas. That's an area of Fort Worth I was raised in. That's where Dunbar High School resides. If you don't know Dunbar High School in Fort Worth, you got to know Coach Robert Hughes, Hall of Fame basketball player. Well, the winningest basketball male coach in high school history. And so, Stop Six was an interesting community. It was different for me because I was raised, first of all, I was born on the east side. I was born Butler Housing Projects, the projects in front of I Am Turtle. So, I came from the bottom, you know what I'm saying? Hung out at the Glass Key with my pops, different things like that, man. And so coming to Stop Six was a little different because it was the first time I saw what community looks like. When I say community, I'm talking about people coming together for a common cause. Even a lot of the teachers at Dunbar and Stop Six were from Stop Six. They just brought it back home. They went out, got the education, got the learning, the knowledge, and brought it back home. They say it takes a village to raise a child, and I'm gonna tell you, back then the folks in Stop Six definitely that defined them big time, man. Stop Six had an interesting history. I had a lot of good times in Stop Six. Learned a lot in Stop Six, saw a lot of craziness in Stop Six. Used to live in Castlewood Apartments next to Dunbar High School. We lived there probably, man, 4 or 5 years, I think 4 or 5 years, Castlewood, man. And if anybody know any history of Castlewood Apartments, man, that was crazy apartment complex. Don't get me wrong, a lot of good times. As a child, there were a lot of things I didn't know was going on, but you know what a gunshot sounds like. You know what screaming sounds like. You know what it looks like to see dope dealers chasing down cars, on the side of the road. So you saw a lot of that stuff, man. Lost a couple of friends, in Castlewood Apartments to gun violence and stabbings and things like that. Every night, man, just about every night you hear gunshots, man, gunshots. And the crazy thing is when you hear the gunshot, you would always sit and wonder to yourself as a child, who got killed? And the next day is when you find out. There was a couple of guys I knew there, older than me, that had gotten killed behind those gunshots, man. So, crazy times. But Dunbar has a rich history. They got a rich history. I actually, was thankful and grateful to be in the presence of some of the teachers at Dunbar. One of them was Mr. Thomas. I never forget. Mr. Thomas was the drafting teacher at Dunbar. Drafting. I used to love drawing and drafting, man. And I did that, I think, for 4 years, from 9th grade to the 12th grade. In fact, I got so good to where he entered my work in statewide contests, man, for the district and things like that. And I would come in third place or honorable mention, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't good enough to get first or second, but, man, I was right there with him, you know what I'm saying? So Mr. Thomas, man, rest in peace. He was a huge mentor for me and taught me how to, attention to detail. When you're drawing with drafting, you're talking about angles and lines and things. So you got to have a good eye for it and attention to detail. And so, but even in his classes, we would talk about life stuff, man. It wasn't just drawing. While we were drawing, there were a lot of conversations going on about current events within the black community, current events around the world, different things like that. But yeah, great time at Dunbar under Mr. Thomas as a in the drafting class. And so, yeah, man, I don't know. It's there's a lot of sadness when I did leave Fort Worth and left Dunbar because I left a lot of friends behind. But I knew it was the right thing for me getting outside. That's the only way, I was going to get on this journey was to leave home, leave the nest, so to say. And so, by a stroke of luck, an actual guy that I graduated high school with actually went into the military with me. And we had no idea this was going to end up like this. They have the buddy system in the military. We didn't go in on the buddy system where you go in with a friend of yours. It just happened we just ended up in the same place. We graduated high school together. We were good friends already, during high school, but we ended up in the Philippines together. And school before the Philippines, the Air Force school. Then we ended up in the Philippines together. And then we actually ended up living together for a while in the Philippines. For probably about 6 months or so. And I think after the Philippines, everything kind of fell off and I kind of lost touch. His name was Amos Turner. And he lived actually up on Stall Cup, within the Stop Six community. So My father's, his family's church is still in Stop Six, and that's St. Mark's Church. You know, my dad is Raymond Roberts, you know, retired postman, former Air Force veteran, you know, family man, you know, loving brother, loving uncle, you know. He's got a tight-knit family just like most families. On his side of the family and on my side of the family, both tight-knit families, man. So I came from good products. And so, yeah, a lot of good memories, man, come up in Stop Six. And, you know, I still remember a time when blacks owned businesses back then, you know. But it's rare to run across that in the neighborhoods now, to see a black person owning a cleaners, dry cleaners, or, you know, a club, or, you know, a grocery store. You know, we had all that back then in Stop Six, man, you know. But, I don't know, times have changed. You know, I still like to go back to Stop Six from time to time, just driving through, man, just thinking about old times. And, you know, I had the opportunity to go recently up to Fort Worth and went through Stop Six, and some of what I saw concerned me. And this is where you see these more expensive homes built within communities where they don't even look like they fit or should be there. Folks, this is called gentrification. It just started. So these expensive homes are going to raise the prices, and everybody's going to get priced out. You know, a lot of folks in Stop Six, I know it's a lot of homes have been there for years. A lot of the older folks have died off. A lot of young folks have taken ownership of the homes, and I just hope they, you know, keep up with the taxes and don't lose them, because they do play the tax games at the county assessor's office. But that's gentrification, man. It's gentrification. You know, Dunbar is man, they got y'all in the crosshairs, man. Not Dunbar, but Stop Six, they got you in the crosshairs. So we can slow it, but I think the influence and money just too overwhelming. It's too overwhelming. But yeah, a lot of great times at Fort Worth Dunbar High School, man. And yeah, a lot of great times. Wildcat forever, Eric Brown.